All right, so I'm just currently sat with Andrew. Andrew's one of our members. You've been in Envision for about 6 months now, haven't you?
6 months, yeah, that's right.
Just sitting down with Andrew, he's just received his first payout on the funded account, which was 8 grand.
8 grand, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely smashed it. So I thought I'd check in, have a conversation and see how he's getting along. So how do you feel after the payout? Like obviously it's sunk in now, you've received the funds, obviously with Think Capital for the prop firm. Like how was the whole process? Was it like a relief when you got the funds? Like how was that?
Yeah, I mean, the funds are obviously great, but they wasn't the main priority. My priority is to trade the plan, you know, stick to the plan, trade with the Envision method, the strategy, and obviously the rewards spoke for themselves basically.
It's almost like a side effect, isn't it?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I found in the past, the more I've chased the money, the further away I've pushed it, to be fair. So I always had it back in my mind. Obviously, we're all trading to make money, which is the main goal, obviously. But yeah, just stayed consistent. Risk management, stuck to the plan, patience, executed. So happy, really happy, yeah.
It just goes to show, we're having a conversation before and it's so easy to overcomplicate things. And as a trader, you're always looking to progress, and sometimes there's a trap with, you know, continue to add stuff in, and there's so many little 1% tweaks, which to some degree you want to continue to improve, right?
Yeah.
But for what Andrew's doing within the style, like he's kept things simple. For a lot of the trades you're taking, it's pro trend, right?
Correct, yeah.
Pro trend, daily directional bias, H1 order flow. You've got the narrative, let the narrative take place, let everything take fold.
That's right, yeah.
And you're absolutely flying, and you know, the trades you're taking are bang on. We've even got, look at this. So we were just talking about this before, you'd already printed out some screenshots from trades you've taken. Like, yeah, it's crazy just to look through them. And I think even just going to the detail of printing that out, to then just study things that have gone well, maybe a couple mistakes in there that you can improve on. You've got that mindset of always improving.
Correct, yeah.
Which I think for you, obviously, you got under the business as well. You're very much in that mindset of managing different projects.
That's right, yeah.
So trading, you have to be specific with your time to then do well in it. And you're doing very well in it.
Yeah, correct, yeah. I mean, as well, like we discussed earlier when we were going through some of these trades taken, I mean, you know, like we said earlier, I found myself forcing things a bit on Friday, you know, and, you know, in case of close the laptop, you know, reset, you know, get the head back straight, and then continue with the plan, you know. Biggest thing I found was obviously being aware of it, usually going on tilt, massive spiral, not this time, you know, be aware of it, journal it, you know, log it down, and then basically refresh, and you know, let's get back to, you know, it wasn't a bad trade like we discussed, you know, we was in profit, you know, we were running $700-800 in profit, but you know, we didn't lock anything in, and took a loss on that one, unfortunately, but lesson learned, we move on, don't we, you know, that's it, as long as we're learning from it and moving forward, I think that's the main job.
Absolutely, and as well, it's off the back of the payout, right? So the payouts come in, the funds are coming. You've had the account at 8 grand, so it's 108k in balance. And then you've seen that go back to break even, and it's that psychological game of, as you said before, you want to be back in the green. You want to be back in the profit.
That's right,
And you take a loss, and it's like, oh, like you feel like you're then chasing the board, so it's just resetting, which you've now done, and you're absolutely fine.
That's it, yeah.
Some of the trades you're taking are absolutely spot on. Like you're even going into different asset classes like BTC. You're obviously trading pound yen as well, and doing very well. So you're smashing it.
No, thanks. I appreciate that. I mean, like I say, I found myself forcing things, you know, and obviously that didn't get me to where I am with a payout, whatever, you know. Now passing prop firms, and you know, with a top step in the mix now, and obviously Think Capital. So you know, if I start changing things now, you know, it's only going to end one way, like we discussed before. 100%. You know, don't overcomplicate things. Obviously, the Envision model, you know, is designed to be as simple as possible. Strip back them indicators like we discussed, you know, and just keep it mega simple. More or less naked charts, aren't they? You know, with daily markups. So just keep doing what I'm doing, basically, as you said.
100%. And you've been obviously in the markets for a while now. You've had that experience, which is great.
Yeah.
So like, what's been the flick of the switch? What's been the gateway open? Because you've obviously been in Vision for about 6 months now.
Yeah. Obviously, I followed you for a long while, so on social media. wasn't new to the strategy as a whole, but what I found myself doing, shiny object syndrome,
Yeah.
you know, putting indicators on, overcomplicating things, you know, like yourself and lads at group.
Yeah.
Strip it right back, you know, daily order flow, you know, get with directional bias and patience. Simplicity, patience with directional bias and execute. Simple stuff.
Yeah, sometimes one of those things where like you have all these different factors of
Yeah.
I should do this or I need to think about this, but when you do strip it back and focus on, you know, for example, in our case, like either a fair value gap or decisional or extreme OB, you know where price is pulling back to. As soon as those alerts go off, prices in your area, you can focus.
That's it.
But other than that, you can go about your day and go and do your business and go and work on other things, and you come back when the time's right.
Yeah, exactly. That's it, innit? Yeah, this is it. And I mean, I took a bit more of a swing trading approach on some of my trades as we went through.
Yeah.
Obviously, depending on how much time I've got, if I see something at higher time frames, I'll take a risk entry on it, which is paying off.
Yeah.
Not always, but you know, like I said, there's a lot of guys in the group that do swing trade and are on the lower time frames.
Yeah.
From what we can see, most students are smashing it, which is good to see.
Absolutely.
So it's not just one off, is it? You know, there's lots of success. You know,
Lots of payouts now as well.
Yeah, that's it. And there's lots of lads as well, and me included, that aren't very active in Discord, but that doesn't mean they're not putting the work in and they're not getting the results. You know. I would like to be more active at Discord, but obviously with time and life, it's just not something I get a lot of time, you know, available to be on all day. But you know, I do keep my eye on what's going on for sure. Yeah.
And we were saying before, like there's another guy in the group that's doing very well in a different country and just doesn't post in Discord, but behind the scenes, smashing it, keeping the style simple as possible.
Yeah.
Just capitalising on a lot of pro trend trades.
Yeah.
And doing very well off the back of it. But what for you was the biggest switch? Because I know you obviously joined right before Envision Mastery. Was it ET or was it EM that kind of had more of an impact on you? Because ET was like removing the noise. Envision Mastery is kind of like adding on what you've already got.
Yeah, they both have massive upside. I mean, ET again. Very, very similar approach, but again, we're stripping back lots of things that don't need to be there, you know. That's what I found, a massive shift. Getting your daily bias, your direction, you know, correct, and then trading in line with it, you know, not overcomplicating things, you know, and if we're seeing setups, valid setups that fit the plan, tick all the boxes, we're just executing on them, taking them, and letting the odds play out, basically. Mastery again, great. You know, we've got access to more or less technicals and the psychological aspect of trading as well. We've been a mixture of all sorts going on. So it's, I mean, best of both worlds, really. You know, anybody that's wanting to join is crack on.
Crack on, get on with it. Join the community.
Exactly,
it's one of them where like when you're surrounded by people who are either getting payouts or getting funded, or even just the results are great, it inspires you to then get to that level, and then you just end up bringing each other up.
100%.
Like, you know, like other people look up to you now and having the payout, and it's great to inspire them, and then vice versa when you see the payouts. And it's a momentum cycle, you know, positive energy, which is great. And now you're at a point where you've got the account and you're gonna, you know, get onto that scaling plan, which is great, and just add more funds over the next 6 to 12 months. You're absolutely fine, mate. It's good to see. Like, it's good to see someone come in with obviously more of a kind of business head to some degree. A bit more mature. You know what you're after. You've been in the markets for a while, but then you come in, you focus, you crack it, and you've also been working on your mental game as well. You've been doing you know, hypnotherapy and stuff like that on the side. And introduced me to who I'm getting hypnotherapy off now, which is great. And, you know, it's like it's funny, and also from like local area as well, which is crazy. So it's like such a small world, but these little 1% tweaks just make you into the trader that you are now. And over the next 12 months, you'll be flying. Yeah,
massive. Like I say, I don't know how much benefit you've had from your hypno. I think I've had 4 or 5 sessions now. I mean, can't recommend it enough. To be fair, for me personally, I found it's been great. You know, any creases that need ironing out, patience, greed, and all your usual trading traits, basically. You know, and it just helps just to address them and nip them in bud before it results in massive tilt or another blown account, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do that, but they just don't realise, you know. But it's
Yeah,
the awareness. Like you obviously took that trade on Friday.
Yeah.
Small little mistake in there, but then you recognise it straight away, close the laptop down, come back to it fresh.
That's right,
And
yeah.
you can just approach it in a different manner
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
being stood at the charts and being like, oh, need to find a win now, need to find the next trade.
Yeah,
No. Close the laptop, walk away, go do something else, go spend time with family, come back when you're fresh, then you go into it.
Yeah, 100%.
Then you go
100%
into
right, yeah, that's it, innit? And like we discussed, you know, when I'm having to find numerous reasons to take that trade, again, it's not valid.
You're thinking too much, aren't
Exactly. Yeah, exactly right, yeah.
We said before, you need to slap you in the face.
Yeah, that's right. And obviously this is not what's taught inside Envision. You know, the plans there, the strategies there, stick to it, keep it simple. You know, so, you know, I've overcomplicated something that didn't need overcomplicating, but
Human psychology.
easy
natural.
done. Yeah. Like I say, it's being aware of it, getting a grip of it. 1 hour, fine. Not a spiral. 5, 6, 7 hour, you know, nip it in bud and you can come back from it pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's the focus right now for you going forward over the next 12 months? Would you like to get more funded accounts? Or?
Yeah, the plan is I'm going to stay in my lane at the moment, I think. Prove some consistency, payout consistency going forward and scaling up, definitely, yeah. Start adding some different accounts into the mix. Diversify, yeah, 100%. We discussed obviously trading futures on Top Step account. It's not something I've really been focusing on at the moment, but obviously, you know, in time, I'm going to merge the two together kind of thing. As have the Think Capital and the other prop accounts on more of a long-term trading basis.
Yeah.
And use the futures account for a little bit more intraday stuff, so to speak, yeah, so that's the plan.
That's it. So that's Andrew. I'm sure you'll see him on future meetups and future videos, and it's going to be good to see, obviously, the success so far with the payouts, but it's going to be great to see like where you are in 6-12 months as well with trading. And
yeah.
From my behalf, support you in any way that I can, and same with the team. And
100%. Team's great. Yeah, the support's there, isn't it? You know, Thomas and Elliot, lads and ladies in group, brilliant. Can't fault it. Any problems, you know?
Yeah.
Sorted.
How it should be, innit?
Brilliant. Yeah. It's been fantastic, and like there's some serious knowledge inside group with you guys as well. You know, you put a lot of work in behind the scenes, and Elliot's coaching calls and the journal reviews and Thomas's markups and lads in the group and ladies in the group. You know, there's a lot goes on. You know, behind the scenes, and you know, it takes people a lot of effort. You know.
It's class, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah,
it's like
positive.
It feels like home in a way where you come back to everyone every day and everyone's progressing. But it's a case of like I wanted to create something, and the same with the team where like I didn't have it when I first started.
Yeah.
So now they've got it. It's like you want to give that back to other people.
Yeah, 100%.
See them thrive, and the success is just very.
Yeah.
Like there's one thing obviously having my own payouts or own success, but then seeing people like you come along and have your own success, it's a different level of satisfaction. It brings a bigger smile to my face seeing Andrew with a payout than what it would do with me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. Yeah.
So it's good to see you and keep doing what you're doing. And
yeah. No, thank you very much. Yeah.
see how you get on.
Yeah. No, it's great. Thank you very much. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.